Developing games is a dream, and what a time to start your journey in indie game development. There are numerous tools and engines to get you started, countless tutorials online, and platforms like the Switch and Steam filled with players clamoring for the next great indie title. When we first started making games, we were wide-eyed, committed, full of ideas and energy, and nothing was gonna stop us. And you know what? Nothing did. But we made more than a few mistakes along the way that cost us time, money, and opportunities. In this video, we'll go over these mistakes so that you don't have to repeat them. We are Ask Gamedev, and here are 8 mistakes to avoid when making your first game. Welcome back! If you're new to Ask Gamedev, we make videos to help you learn about the games industry so that you can elevate your games and inspire others. If you're on a game dev journey, consider subscribing. We'd love to help you out along the way. And with that, let's get on to mistake number 1, making a game for no one. This isn't exactly accurate, because you should be making your game for at least yourself. What we mean by this is making a game where your potential audience is minimal. Before embarking on your game dev journey, it would be good to know that you have a potential audience for your game and what the size of that audience is. To do this, look for sales or install numbers of similar titles. If your game is going to be on Steam, use Steam Spy to see how many people own and play similar titles. If it's on mobile, check App Annie for competitor data. Another thing you want to do is see if you're going with or against any trends. You can do this with a simple exercise. Step 1, find the top-selling titles that are similar to yours. Step 2, write down the number of owners each one has, as found on Steam Spy. Step 3, group the titles by release year. And Step 4, analyze. Do the top-selling titles this year still sell as well as the previous years did? If so, you're in a trending space. If not, the market for your title may be dwindling. Mistake number 2, trying to create an engine. For whatever reasons, a common thing that we've noticed with devs starting out with their first game is a desire to make their own engine. Some devs might just have that inherent need to create things from scratch, some just might love the thrill of the challenge. Whatever the reason may be, it's not a good route to go down. There are more than enough engines to use, and they'll all save you time and money. Benefits to using an existing engine are countless, but here are a few anyways. Tutorials. Engines like Unity and GameMaker have countless tutorials available online and even in print. The knowledge base for engines like these is fully developed and easily accessible. Support. If you're going through an issue, you can be sure that your issue is not unique and that someone has probably posted about it in a support forum already. And if not, these communities are so vibrant and helpful, you should be able to find someone to answer your questions in a forum. And third-party tools and assets. Do you need ready-made assets for your game? How about a tool to help build levels? Or maybe you need a physics engine for more realistic water. Engines like Unity have complete asset stores where you can buy tools and assets to use for your game. Mistake number 3, building costly features and tech to support a huge user base before achieving any sort of success. It's good to have high aspirations, but it's also important to ship. We've seen teams work on expensive features because they wanted their game to support huge user bases. Then they release, and instead of the millions that they were expecting, only hundreds show up. Working on those extra features delayed shipping and also may have been wasted work. Instead, just focus on creating a minimum viable product and scale once you have the numbers to prove that it would be a wise investment. Mistake number 4, not identifying critical path and having a backup plan. This one is a two-parter. First, let's talk about critical path. Critical path is the sequence of events that, if any are delayed, will delay the entire project. It's important to identify critical path at the very start of your project. Once you have that identified, it's time to mitigate any risks that you foresee. You need a backup plan. For example, what if a person crucial to a sequence in the path gets sick or hit by a bus? If that happens, the cost of the whole team continues while development effectively stalls. Not having a backup plan for situations like this can end a project. Mistake number 5, not planning for certification. Allocating time for certification can often be overlooked. Certification is basically the process that your game goes through when submitting your game to a specific platform. For example, if you're developing for a unique console like Nintendo Switch, there might be specific guidelines on how your game should interact. With the Joy-Con alone, one can imagine a number of scenarios that have to be accounted for, like what happens when a Joy-Con is removed mid-game. You need to allot time to read over all of the certification guidelines and then allot more time to execute on them. It might feel a little tedious, but doing this is the only way to get on your desired platform, and on the bright side, it makes you an expert on that platform for future games. Mistake number 6, not reading postmortems. What is a postmortem? A postmortem is a process usually performed after a game is released to determine and analyze elements of the project and document what went wrong and what went right. Organizations use them as tools to guide future projects. A lot of devs have been where you are. Some have failed, some have done okay for themselves, and some have captured lightning in a bottle. What's great is that a lot of them tell their stories. That's what's so awesome about the indie community. You have people sharing their mistakes and providing solid advice on what not to do, and then there's people on the other side. You have devs sharing their tools and secrets to their success. Read as many postmortems as you can. A postmortem from a dev can be more valuable than any lesson in a textbook. This is first-hand experience in a market that you're about to enter. The best place to read indie dev postmortems is gamasutra.com. A simple search for postmortem yields results from the devs of Rogue Legacy, Shadow Tactics, Epistory, Costume Quest 2, and more. You can also check out the GDC Vault for video postmortems. Mistake number 7, being too secretive during development. One thing that we all have the natural tendency to do is keep our games secret until we want to show them to the world. Either we're holding off because we want to make it perfect, we're too nervous to show people, or we think people will steal our ideas. The problem is, you can't just flip a switch and have the world see your game. Getting people to just even see your game is a struggle. In today's market, you need to start building an audience from day one and sharing your progress along the way. Here are a few things you can do to be more public with your development. Number 1, get social. Create social accounts for your game or studio and get involved in the community. Follow other indies and spark or join conversations. Use your socials as a platform to slowly build awareness and distribute content from your development. Have new concept art? Share it. Toying with new gameplay mechanics? Post a video of it. Number 2, create a dev blog. Keep track of your progress on a dev blog. Sharing your progress is a great way to keep your followers engaged with your game. And number 3, attend meetups. Every major city has meetups for game development. Our city, for example, has meetups for indie development, VR development, mobile development, and Twitch streaming. Join them, bring your demo, and get feedback from your local community. To find a meetup, just go to meetup.com and search for game development. And finally, mistake number 8, not optimizing your store page. It's not enough to just add your game on a platform. You need to optimize your store page. In a recent video, we shared 7 tips on how to promote your indie game on Steam. You can watch the video here, but if you just want the gist of it, here are the 7 tips. Number 1, time your discounts and take advantage of all of Steam's sale opportunities. Number 2, optimize your visibility and page activity during Steam sales. Number 3, A/B test your game's thumbnail to make sure you're using the one that converts. Number 4, utilize Curator Connect. Number 5, utilize visibility rounds. Number 6, utilize community coupons. And number 7, start building your wishlist numbers early. A lot of these recommendations came from postmortems from other devs, and others can be found in Steam's documentation. For more details on each one, check out the video. If you're developing on mobile, do the same and read postmortems from other mobile devs and go through Google Play and the App Store's documentation on marketing and promotion. We'll have links to each in the description. Thanks for watching. We are Ask Gamedev, and we make videos on games, the game industry, and more. If you like our content, please subscribe. We'll be back next week with a new video. In the meantime, let us know if you have any game dev mistakes we should avoid. Share your tips in the comments.